6 talented North Andover High School students have qualified as a team to compete in the prestigious 2017 VEX Robotics World Championship competition in Louisville, Kentucky. We spoke to technology and engineering teacher Mike Motherway to learn more about this team, their robot, and their potential journey to Kentucky.
So there's a couple things that impressed me this year. Most of this team were beginners in September. Anthony competed last year, but they came to class with some technical background, so it's not like they started completely from scratch, but it's their first time competing in robotics and really have come a long way since the fall.
Robotics is almost kind of another form of sport. You have team members working together to reach a common goal. Instead of physically competing, you're using your minds to challenge other minds to see who has a better solution to this problem.
They put in a lot of work over the course of 2 trimesters and improve for each competition they enter. We host 2. We hosted one at the end of November here with 45 teams, and then we had about 60 teams in January. So they're each design cycle, they get a little better, and the league gets a little more competitive. And then this team competed 2 more times in Worcester to advance from one of those competitions into the regionals, and then from the regional competition got a spot at the World's competition.
This year, there's different scoring elements, the stars and the cubes, and the objective is to get more points than your opponent, and you get points for each piece that's on the other side of the field. So stars are worth 1 point and cubes are worth 2, and anything past the white line is worth double. So the objective is to be able to find a way to get stars and cubes over the fence and do it more efficiently than anyone else on the field. So we pick up stars, and our robot turns around backwards and throws it over the top. There are other robots that do it from the front and just pick it straight up and put it over. So our robot has a higher capacity than a lot of other robots, and we can fire zone, which a lot of the front dumpers cannot do.
Typically in a match, they'll pick up 3, 4, or 5 stars and dump them. And so partly it's how many they can do at a time, and then the pace they can keep throwing them back. Because your opponents are flinging them at you, and you have to toss them back and do that before time runs out.
Sam basically lives here.
Yeah, I kind of live here. I could set up like a sleeping bag and I wouldn't look out of place. So a parent of a student that went to Worlds last year, Mrs. Hurst, she set up a GoFundMe page so it could offset the cost of the trip to Kentucky because it's rather expensive, and because of all the teams that are going to Worlds at the same time, companies know how to make money and they kind of jack up the prices. So just to offset the cost.
Another thing that impressed me was some of the team members that went to Worlds the last 2 years came back this year during college break to consult with them and give them some tips and walk them through what they should expect when they go to Worlds. And that's something that the previous teams didn't have. This being our 3rd year going to world competition, we have the benefit of the alum coming back and coaching us a little.
If you'd like to help these hardworking students get to Kentucky, you can donate money to their GoFundMe campaign. The link is shown below and has been posted on our North Andover CAM Facebook and Twitter pages.